Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. To my new subscribers, my name is Gifty. I mostly share content about anything in helping you in relocating to Canada and life in Canada in general. To my returning subscribers, thank you very much guys for always staying here with me. Thank you for sharing my videos and liking as well. I really appreciate. So as you can see the thumbnail today, I want to share with you how you can land your job when you get into Canada. I know you are planning your trip and you are thinking about how to get jobs when you land here in Canada. So I'll share with you my experience, and also in this content I will tell you the resumes that you can build to find good job and also how to get job easily. So if this content is something that you are interested in, stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hi guys, welcome back once again. So in this content, I will first start with how I started with my job search, the resumes you will need to build for your job search, and also everything that you need to know. When I landed in Canada, in the first week, I used the opportunity to land myself a room, and I'll bring you content about how to get accommodation when you land here in Canada. So I used the first week to land myself a room. Then at the end of the first week, I built my resumes. Then I started placing it in facilities. So when you come here, any facility that is around, if it is a restaurant, if it is a shopping mall, a retirement home, or any facilities around that they provide services, you can just drop your CV. So one thing that you have to also take note is that when you walk into the facilities, what you have to do is you just tell them, please, are you hiring? They'll be like yes or no. So if they tell you yes, then you can place your resume. If they tell you no, then you tell them, please, can I drop my CV? Or please, can I drop my resume? If they tell you no, don't just leave the place. Just tell them, please, can I still leave my resume? And then you leave your resume. Who knows, maybe probably they will submit it to the manager and they'll review, and they will even call you depending on your credentials and your skills. So don't just leave the place because they are saying they are not hiring. So just place it there. So I printed like 40 resumes and I submitted like 20 a day. So it comes with hard work. Okay, and another option after the in-person submission is using LinkedIn or Indeed accounts. They have job banks that you can also apply there. So with Indeed, you have to set your account. You have to categorize it into the position you want, and also if it is full-time or part-time, then you can set your account to it, and they'll give you notifications when there are any new job listing. So these are the ways that you can use to get notifications or apply for jobs. So it's either online or you go in person. And me, I really like the in-person submission because this is like the first time that I've had response from Indeed. Most of the times when you apply job online, you get that kind of competitions, and the likelihood of you being rejected is very high. So if you go in person, is quite beneficial. I mentioned in my last video, I currently work in 3 places right now, or I hold 3 jobs right now. And mind you, holding 3 jobs doesn't mean I'm working to exceed my hours. You know that in Canada as a student, you have the chance to just work 20 hours a week. 20 hours a week, yes, unless you are on work permits that you can work more time or full hours. So as a student, you have 20 hours a week. You can only exceed your hours to work full time when school is not in progress, like when you are on vacations or breaks or in your reading weeks. You can work full time, but when school is in progress, you have the chance to just work 20 hours a week. Yes. So with my first job, I got it, I think, the third week of landing in Canada. So I worked as a PSW, and in that same facility, I think the manager saw my hard working and everything, and he gave me some courses to take online. And also I did my first aid and my CPR course. I got a certificate, and I was then promoted to the nursing position. It's actually not like a regulated nurse, it's just like a UCP. So it's just you performing the nursing role. So in that same facility, I work as a PSW and also a nurse as well in that facility. So my third job, I got it on Indeed. I went for my interview that very day. I signed a contract. I don't know. Immediately I finished the interview, they just congratulated me and they made me sign the contract that very day. And I worked at that place as a PSW as well. So this is my experience about 3 jobs that I have had so far. So I'll move to the CV, how you can tune your CV to the job specification and how you can structure your CV. I'll actually bring content on that separately so that I can give you a video presentation on how your CV should look. Canadian standard CV is not much different from the CVs or the resumes that we usually write. Okay, it's the same. There is just a few changes and something that you can add to it to just give you a better standing. So it just starts with the address, the name, and your phone number. If you have a lending account, you can just place it there. So the top part should contain your information. Then you come to your profile. So your profile should tell something about your skills, your experience, your achievements. Basically, it's a summary of all these things. Then you come to your skills. So your skills should be tuned to the skills that is given in the job description. So maybe when the job description is stating that they need somebody with a good communication skill, somebody with good interpersonal skills, then in your resume you tell them that you have good communication skills. So in this, you have related it to what they want. That is basically how you should tailor your CV to the job description. So you come to your experience as well. So the experience, what do you need to do? You have to also tailor that one to your job description. So if they are saying that the role that you'll be performing is you entering data, okay, you serving medications, you feeding a client, in your work experience column in your resume, you have to prove that you have had that experience before. So that means you have related it to the role that you'll be performing when you get to that job. So you should tailor your skills and your experience to the job description so that at least they will know that you have had an experience. And one thing that I'll also add is that if you are applying for a healthcare job and probably you don't have a health experience and you have had a voluntary care to a family member, maybe your grandpa was sick, you took care of your grandpa, your mom was sick, you took care of your mom, it's a good experience. And this is what they need. They need volunteering. So if you have volunteer experience, bring it on your resume. Don't leave it out because it wasn't employer based. You have to bring it on your CV. It will give you a better standing. So basically that is the experience part. Then you come to your education, then you come to your certification. So your certification, if you've had any CPR, you've had any vulnerable check record, you have a driver's license, because some of the jobs they will need you to have a driver's license. So it is good if you have it, you just bring it on your resume. So with your CV, after everything, you don't need to bring your references as we usually do back home. That's just the difference. You just write that reference available on request. So that is just a sentence you put there. You don't need to bring the reference information. After you get a job, they will ask for your references to do their own background check. So after the reference column, you have to bring your availability. So you bring your availability, which hours are you free to work for them. You bring it on your CV. So basically the CV is in this form. You start with your details like your name and others. You come to your profile, you come to your skills and your experience, which should be tailored to the job description. You have to read the job description, you tailor it to the job description. If you have a voluntary experience, bring it on it. If you have any certification, bring it on it. Your education should be on it. Then your reference on request and also your availability. So this is how you should structure your CV to look for jobs in Canada. And one thing that I will also say is that if you don't have a health experience and you want to still work in the health sector, I have a friend who holds no science background or any health background, but she's currently working in a retirement home. So what you have to do is that when you come here and you need the health sector to work into, because looking at the pay, the minimum payment in Ontario currently, which is 16, a healthcare personnel can take like 20 to 25 an hour. So if you want to work in health care and you don't have any healthcare experience or a science background or whatever, what you have to do is to just write your first aid and your CPR. Just do this course. It's just 1 day course and you get your certificate. You just have to pay like 120 Canadian dollars to get that certificate. So if you hold this and you don't have a science or a health background and you bring it on your CV, adding a voluntary care experience, then you hold a better standing of getting a health facility to work into. If you don't have a health background, this is one way that you can use to work in health. So there are other places as well that you can submit your resume in. As I mentioned, Walmart, Tim Hortons, any place. As a student, you just have to do something to support yourself. So I got these 3 jobs through this means, and I just got the job because in vacations I can work extra hours. So I'm just keeping it down so that, you know, in vacation I can work more hours. But for now, because I'm studying, I can just work 20 hours. So I just share it among all the facilities so that I maintain my 20 hours a week. So basically, this is what you have to do to land yourself a job when you get here. Please, when you get here, do not relax. Do not relax. Search for job each and every day. Submit your CVs, okay? Even if you have one job, try and submit another CV to different facilities, because it's very good to get 2 employers at least. If you're not having a shift here, you have a shift here. And also, one thing that I would say is that there are agents around. When you come, you have to just search into the city or the province you are in, ask around, and there are agents. You can just give your resume to them and they can help you find job very fast. Yes, because they are always in link with the facility. So when you submit your resumes to the agents, they can get you a job as well. So these are 1 or 2 ways that you can use in landing yourself job very fast in Canada. So I'll bring you a video presentation on how to write your resume, a Canadian size, a Canadian style resume. And also I'll bring you how I got my accommodation, how to look for accommodation before you come here or when you are inside Canada as well. I hope this video has been helpful so far. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please like my video. One thing that you usually forget is to like this video for me. When you like this video, YouTube will extend my content to other people who will need this similar information, and you helping me in also sharing to people who will need this information will really do me well. So please don't forget to like it right now, subscribe, and let's keep this family going. The more you like, the more you motivate me to bring content to you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.